Good morning everyone. Today let us see solutions of KCET 2025 Mathematics. So let us move on to our first question. Let me read out the question. If a is equal to x such that x is an integer and x square minus 9 is equal to 0 and b is a set such that x is a natural number and 2 less than or equal to x less than 5. C is given in such a way that x is a prime number less than or equal to 4. We are supposed to get the value of b minus c union a. So firstly, we need to get the values of or the elements of set A, B and C. So to get the elements of capital A, so I should be considering x square minus 9 is equal to 0. So x square will be equal to 9, x is equal to plus or minus root 9. So x will be equal to plus 3 and x will be equal to minus 3. Therefore, I can write set A as minus 3, 3. In the same way, let us see what are the elements of set B. Now, if we observe set B, right, x is a natural number and 2 less than or equal to x less than 5. So, it contains the elements 2, 3 and 4. In the same way, we should also see what are the elements of set C. It is a prime number less than or equal to 4. So the elements of set C will be 2 and 3. So if we observe here, first we need to get the value of B minus C. So again, how do we define B minus C? Set of elements present in B which are not in C. So that will be element 4. Next, we need to consider union of B minus C with set A. Again, how do we define union of two sets? Elements present in first set and elements present in second set. So, we will be writing each and everything together. So, minus 3, 3 and 4. So, the answer of this question is option 1, which is minus 3, 3 and 4. Now let us move on to our next question. So the second question states that capital A and capital B are two sets having 3 and 6 elements respectively. So set A contains 3 elements and set B contains 6 elements in it. They themselves have given us two statements. Statement 1 states that minimum number of elements in A union B is 3. Statement 2 is maximum number of elements in AB. Now this AB is same as A intersection B. So the maximum number of elements in A intersection B is 3. Now we need to tell which of them is true and which of them is false. So to understand A union B, see, we basically know A union B contains each and every element present in A and every element present in B. Even though if they both have 3 common elements, A union B will have minimum of 6 elements in it. So easily I can tell statement 1 is false. In the same way, let us move on to our second one. Maximum number of elements in A intersection B is 3. See, since set A has 3 elements in it and set B has 6 elements in it, maximum 3 elements of both the sets can be same. Now, how do we understand A intersection B? It's common elements between set A and set B. So, if 3 of them are exactly same in both the sets, the maximum number of elements that A intersection B can have is 3. So, statement 2 is true. Therefore, when it comes to the answer, it will be option 2 where statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. Let us move on to our next question. So let me read out the next question first. We need to get the domain of the function given by f of x is equal to 1 by root of x minus 2 into x minus 5. So first let us consider the function itself. The function is given in terms of f of x is equal to 1 divided by root of x minus 2, x minus 5. See, first of all, since the function is in the denominator, it should not go to 0. Along with that, this function is lying inside the root. So x minus 2 into x minus 5 should always be greater than 0. Now this is of the form x minus a, x minus b greater than 0 with a less than b. Here I can consider a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5. If it is something like this, x is lesser than the lesser root and x is greater than the greater root. So I can write x belongs to minus infinity to a union b to infinity. If we apply the same thing here, x belongs to minus infinity to 2 union 5 to infinity. So according to the options, this will be a right option. So the next question is, if f of x is equal to sine of greatest integer function of pi square x minus sine of minus pi square x, where x is the greatest integer less than or equal to x, then which of the following is not true? So first let us consider the function given. F of x is sine of pi square x minus sine of minus pi square x. See, we know that value of pi is 3.14. Therefore, the value of pi square will be 9.8596. Now let us substitute back here. Sine of 9.8596 minus sine of minus 9.8596. So we know that the greatest integer function of 9.8596 gives us sine of 9 into x minus sine of minus 9.85 gives us minus 10 into x. So this becomes sine 9x. We also know that sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So again this becomes plus sine 10x. Now let us try to substitute the values and see which of the following is not true. So for the first one, so f of 0. So wherever x is present, we'll be replacing it with 0. So sine 0 plus sine 0. So we know sine 0 is 0. So this is giving us 0. So the first one is true. In the same way, let us consider f of pi by 2. So sine of 9 pi by 2 plus sine of 10 pi by 2. So we know this is equal to 1 plus sine 5 pi gives us 0. So this is also correct. In the same way, let us consider sine of pi by 4. So this is sine of 9 pi by 4 plus sine of 10 pi by 4. So again this gives us 1 plus 1 by root 2. Now the last option left is sine of, okay, wherever x is present we'll be replacing it with pi. So it's sine plus sine 10 pi. We know for each and every value sine n pi goes to 0. So this should be equal to 0. But the value given here is f of pi is minus 1. So this is false. So this will be our option. Now let us move on to our next question. So which of the following is not correct? So let us see for each and every option which is not correct here. So for the first one, cos 5 pi is equal to cos 4 pi. This is what they have given us. See, we know that the value of cos n pi will be equal to 1 if n is even, minus 1 if n is odd. So here easily I can tell 5 is an odd number, so it will be minus 1. 4 is an even number, so this will be equal to plus 1. So we know that minus 1 is not equal to plus 1. Therefore the first one itself will be your answer. This becomes incorrect one.